It's 6:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Newcastle police have arrested two more men over the spate of break-and-enters around Stockton in recent weeks. At least 20 incidents have been reported in the past fortnight, with police arresting a 28-year-old man after he allegedly stole a car and a credit card on Monday. He's been refused bail to reappear in Newcastle local court on May 4. Sonia Roberts from Police Headquarters says officers have made two more arrests.
Late yesterday, a 21-year-old man also presented at Waratah Police Station. He was also charged in relation to an incident on William Street. That man was refused bail and is due to appear at Newcastle local court today. He'll be answering 4 counts of dishonestly obtained financial advantage by deception, while a 31-year-old man was arrested as a part of this targeted operation.
Ausgrid is working to get the last of the blacked-out Hunter homes reconnected today. About 3,500 properties were switched back on yesterday across the Hunter and Central Coast. Crews will be going house to house today in Bob's Farm, Taralba, Carrington, Doyleson North, East Maitland, Heatherbrae and Jules. Meanwhile, train link services between Hamilton and Scone and Hamilton and Talara are back to normal this morning. And Newcastle City Council says at this stage it doesn't look as if local sporting grounds will be reopened this weekend. Widespread closures forced many sporting codes to cancel games last week after the torrential downpour, and more heavy rain is expected this weekend. New South Wales Roads Minister Duncan Gay says a temporary crossing will be provided until the Toryburn Bridge can be replaced. It was swept away by flooding last week. The minister says a new bridge will be built. However, there's no time frame for construction at this stage, with a technical appraisal required to find out how long it's going to take to replace it. SES volunteers in the Hunter are receiving out-of-area assistance as the clean-up from last week's storms and floods continues. Resources have been deployed from Queensland, Victoria and South Australia to help with the more than 1,300 outstanding requests for help. Deputy Incident Controller Dave Bushman says the number of calls for help to the SES is unprecedented.
The New South Wales SES believe that this is probably the single biggest storm event response that we've had in the agency's 60-year history. Across the Hunter, we've had just under 7,500 jobs, but across the state there's been close to 21,000 jobs for this event since Monday last week.
Newcastle's John Hunter Hospital has fared well in a national survey on the cost of healthcare at the country's major hospitals. Of the 80 hospitals surveyed, the average price for patients with acute health problems came in at around $4,900. The Herald reports it was around $400 less at the John Hunter. However, the data doesn't take into account how sick a patient is or how complicated their procedure might be. Cessnock City residents now have the chance to voice their opinions on upcoming council plans with the draft 2015-16 operational plan on display. The document provides information on council's long-term planning and vision, as well as details of ongoing activities to implement its delivery program. Director of Corporate Community Services, Robert McGinty, says the draft can be accessed at a number of locations.
The draft's available obviously in hard copy at our 2 libraries in Curry and in Cessnock. It's obviously available in hard copy at our administration centre, but probably more relevant, it's available on our website in an electronic format, so everyone can view it there. If they have any questions, they're quite welcome to ring the admin centre and they can get some guidance or responses around that.
Now with sport, Iona McNabb.
Serbian midfielder Enver Alividic has been confirmed to play with the Jets for the next 12 months. The former Serbian Super League player has debuted for the Jets in February and has since performed strongly, scoring 2 goals for the team. Coach Phil Stubbins is pleased with Alividic's ability to adapt to the game. South Newcastle are standing by their decision to sign ex-NRL hooker Anthony Watts. The controversial selection was made in spite of Watts' checkered criminal history. Watts is not listed to play in Sunday's game against Maitland but could be selected for the 17. And Knights player Jeremy Smith has accepted an early guilty plea for a Grade 1 tipping charge. The decision means he will be able to play when the Knights take on the Sea Eagles on the 10th of May. That's sport. I'm Iona McNabb.
To NURFM News Time 26 to 7.